Hi everyone, so it's Miranda, and today I am going to be talking about my tattoos. I'm going to be talking about the meanings for some of my tattoos and why I got them, when I got them. Most of them went pretty good. I was thinking like maybe I can do another video and talk about like issues I've been having with tattoos, but I've only ever had one issue with a tattoo. So I'll just put that in this video because it's not going to take a long time. I'm sure this is pretty relatable. A lot of people they'll be like, "Hey, I love your tattoo. What does it mean?" Either I give an explanation and then they're just pondering and they're like, "Huh, that meaning doesn't seem meaningful enough to actually want to get that on your body, you know?" And it's like, "Okay." So, next time someone asks me why I got this tattoo and what it means, I usually just say I just felt like getting it. And they're like, "Huh, I only want to get a tattoo if it's meaningful to me, because it's going to be on your body forever." So yeah, I haven't actually talked about my tattoos and why I got them. Most people, when they look at me, they don't think I have any tattoos, which is kind of how I like it, especially for work. I do have 2 on my wrists and 1 on my finger, but other than that, you really don't know until I'm in a bathing suit. So I think that's pretty cool too. Let's get started. So I'm pretty sure I have 16 tattoos that I'm going to talk about. I might have 17. On my arm it just kind of gets all jumbled up and it's not finished, so I don't even know what to consider a tattoo or not, to be honest. So I'm 23, so past 5 years, I got 16 tattoos. Some people think that's a lot, some people don't. Some people get their whole body tattooed within a year. But yeah, my first tattoo was for my 18th birthday. My sister went with me to go there, and I loved Alice in Wonderland, and my favorite video game was Alice Madness Returns. I dressed up as her for Halloween one year. I think I was 16. I also wanted something to go with who I am as a person, and for my birthday, I have 4 cards for when I was born, 1997. I need to look at my tattoo to actually talk about it. I'll just put in the picture here now. It's just so you can, it's wrapped around my thigh so you can see each side of it. I have the Cheshire Cat from Alice Madness Returns, and he is looking in a mirror to his old self, kind of. Like the original Disney cat. I feel like I've changed a lot over the years. Definitely took some hard turns and went down the wrong path for a while, but I feel like it makes me who I am today. That's kind of the whole looking back on his self. And then there is the White Rabbit's pocket watch. It has the time I was born, 11:07. There was a little mistake with the time where the hand was, the minute hand. I got it changed to 07, and the old hand is just kind of acting like the ticker now. Easy fix. So it says we're all mad here, and I have the roses that are painted red, and the 4 cards. I'm the queen of my life, so sorry, I'm not even talking to the camera. I feel like a horrible person. I have the Queen of Hearts, because I'm the queen of my own life. So, yeah, I have that on the cards, as well as my birthday. So it's mainly just I was born at 11:07, February 12th, 1997. Make that super public so the world knows. When I was still 18, I think a couple months after that I got this thigh tattoo finished, I was flipping through a book at the tattoo shop, and I seen Sean Koss. I've seen his artwork, and I was really attracted to the skull drawing he made with flower petals wrapped around it, kind of. I'll throw in the picture right here. So I wanted that, and my favorite colors are purple and red and black, but I didn't think that would go with the petals and the tattoo I wanted, and I wanted some color, not just black and white. So the tattoo artist and I agreed upon blue and purple, even though I'm not really a blue kind of person. It is not covered up, but it's definitely touched up by a different artist. The original skull that I had is right here. So yeah, I ended up getting it changed by a tattoo artist here in Vancouver. This is a better photo of it. After that, I did get a Harry Potter tattoo on my upper back. I just thought it really went with who I am as a person. So I did a sketch of, like, based on the Marauders map. I had, like, the footprints of people walking through Hogwarts on it. I also wanted Remus Lupin, Peter Pettigrew, James Potter, and Sirius Black in it. I also wanted the 4 of them to be in their animagus forms, so those are the 4 animals. And I also wanted Dumbledore's quote, "It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be." What all this ties into is, I'm not going to get into like a whole Harry Potter spiel, especially in case like I know a lot of my friends don't like Harry Potter. Yeah, like in the books and the movies, like Remus Lupin has transformations he has to learn to deal with. Bad things happen. Same with Sirius Black, like no one really liked him in the 3rd book and movie. Peter Pettigrew was on a bad side for a while, and James Potter, he picked on Snape in like high school, so I mean, group of them, they're all like mischievous and they break the rules and everything like that, but came together to actually, they did some good in the world. They're in the Order of the Phoenix. They fought against the Dark Lord. They helped Harry Potter along the way. They died for Harry Potter. So, like, so many people, yeah, they do bad things. Or, I've messed up a lot of my life. Or, I've broken the rules. I've said things that I regret. But people always have a chance to change. They can better themselves. And to me, it just kind of helped me know, like, you can always be better. Despite, like, the bad things that you do, like, some good comes out of it. When I look back on my past, I'm just like, man, I wish I didn't do that. But if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be who I am today, and I wouldn't have helped the other people along the way that I did from learning from my mistakes. I drew out this sketch. Here it is. This is the outcome. It has faded a lot. And, like, a lot of my tattoos have faded. Or they need touch-ups, or they're not exactly how I want them to be, but I also don't really have the money or have enough cares in the world to actually want to change it. Like, it's on my back, I don't see it. Other people see it, but they don't, like, stare at it. Like, on my legs, they're not finished, and I just really don't care about getting them finished right now. When I was 17, my best friend passed away. It was pretty hard for everyone I know and the family. I did want to get something on my body just to remember him by. I've never had an experience like this in my life before, and it really broke me, and I just really wanted to put something on my body. This is it. I'd love to give credit to this person, and I might update it once I find out who drew this, but this is the photo that I based my tattoo on. And then I kind of drew some extra petals and put in where I wanted his name to be and some quotes. So this is kind of the designing plan that I had. And then the tattoo artist made it come to life. It's right there. This is the one that I got a crazy infection on, and that is 100% my fault. So I will explain that after I'm done explaining the tattoo. My friend loved Avenged Sevenfold. So Far Away was actually played at his funeral. I wanted Avenged quote on my body. He considered himself an atheist for a while, and then it was agnostic, which is super cool. Like, we never even bashed each other on our different religious views, so that was really awesome. But he'd always tell me, like, he's gonna have his body put in the ground and then he's just gonna grow up to be a tree. As far as I know, like, he didn't believe in a god, didn't believe in heaven or hell. He just knew when he died he'd grow up to be a tree. I thought that was pretty cool. So that is why I wanted to get this. It just shows, like, the roots and his birthday and when he passed away. It shows, like, his skull, and it's pretty badass, I guess, with the teeth and 2 other skulls at the bottom. There's, like, flowers and stuff. And it grows up to be, like, a flower, and then the petals are blowing away. It goes, like, under down here. The quotes I have is, "A perfect chapter laid to rest, and time still turns the pages of the book it's burned." Yeah, just quotes from So Far Away. Kind of hits me hard when I hear the song playing or something. That is for Nicholas James Studer. Okay, so the next tattoo I got is right here. It is in Snape's writing on Snape's copy of Advanced Potion Making, and it says, "This book is the property of the Half-Blood Prince." Not really any meaning, it's just another Harry Potter tattoo. So my sixth tattoo is the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. This one was taken from the original book, original drawing of him, and then we just changed up the colors a little bit, so it was more to my liking. This is before I actually knew I had anxiety, but I was like super aware that my brain would always run. I'm always thinking, I'm always overthinking. I'm always late as a person too. And I never really changed that. Like, I just freak out because, like, I'm gonna be late. And I am late. And then I'm, like, super nervous about it. And I don't know why I just don't get ready earlier. I'm, like, always making lists, and I'm worried that I'm gonna forget something, so that's why I make notes of it. I'm getting better. Like, I haven't really made a list on stuff to do, because usually I don't finish it all, but it's just, it stabilizes me if I have a plan. Even though that plan, like, changes, that's fine, as long as I have a plan. That's why I got the White Rabbit. Here's a picture of it. It is right there. My next tattoo is an addition to my first Alice in Wonderland tattoo. So it is on my upper thigh, just above the 18th birthday tattoo I got. I seen this on the internet. It is Alice's Nightmares in Wonderland. It's a coloring book. I've never had the coloring book. I've just seen pictures of it online. It is by Jonathan Green and Kev Crossley. Credit to them. I wanted the White Rabbit that looks kind of evil with his eye ripped out and clock coming out of his belly. I got that, and I also wanted like colorful mushrooms and stuff all around him. So that's still a work in progress. It's not finished. I got the line work done first, and then I went to a different artist to get the line work touched up just before it can be colored. I want to make sure line work was exactly how I wanted it to be before I get someone to shade it and color it. Same goes with this. I wanted the line work to be touched up. I follow Ben Bruce from Alice in Alexandria and his girlfriend, wife now, Sierra. I follow her on Instagram, and she had like the coolest belly tattoo ever. She has Free Spirit tattooed along her belly, and I thought it looked so cool, and I kind of wanted a word on my belly. I was thinking really hard for a while on exactly what word I'd like on my belly, because it's such a bold statement. Since I was like a young kid, Eurythmics' Sweet Dreams was like my favorite song. I listened to it all the time when I was like 5. And growing up, I loved every single cover of it that I heard, especially Marilyn Manson. And I love Marilyn Manson. Fangirling over here. And then for my family, I always say Sweet Dreams, God bless. Same with Corey, every night. And he doesn't believe in God, but he says it back to me, which is really sweet. And some of the quotes on the song go into me traveling a lot. Like, I know it means something completely different, but just the travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody is looking for something. Honestly, I've come to realize why I travel so much is like I'm always searching for something, but I'm never gonna find it. Real deep. That's why I got it on my belly. Here's a picture of it. It hurt real bad. Oh yeah, this is it. When I met Marilyn Manson, I was planning on showing him that tattoo, and I totally forgot about it. I was just like, just kidding. No, I actually talked to him, but I was just like super shocked. I didn't think that dream would ever come true. When I went to Asia, I got a bamboo tattoo on my wrist. It's the coolest thing ever. I didn't think it would last a long time, but it's lasted 3 years now, and it hasn't really faded at all. My first one, when I was 18, the one on my thigh, was the least painful. I don't know, the thigh just doesn't really hurt for me. But this, it didn't hurt. It's the least painful one I got. It didn't bleed. No, like, white blood cell pus or anything. I didn't need to wrap it up. I just put, like, Vaseline on it. They gave me, like, a little tub of Vaseline, so I put that on it. You didn't even have to wait to go in the ocean. I was, like, worried about a staph infection, but they're like, no, it's not bleeding. It's, like, pretty much healed right after. And I thought that was unbelievable. So, yeah, I did go swimming after that. no problems with it. So I think using the bamboo rods is my favorite form of getting tattooed. Like I don't know what it's called, but like the point, when they poke you with the stick. And then I really missed my boyfriend Corey, and I wanted something overseas to get for him. I wasn't into like the whole getting names or anything on my body, but I have never gotten a tattoo for him before, and I really wanted to do that. Funny story, I got it here. They had like little pictures that you can choose from, so I chose 3 and then I want to put them all together. So I got an anchor here, and a heart, and an infinity symbol. Kind of white girl. Every time I go traveling, Corey's like my anchor. Like, I always come home to him. He's pretty much the reason that I don't stay overseas for so long. When I was in Asia, I'd call him every night, let him know what I was up to. Yeah, I miss him so easily. So yeah, he's kind of like my rock that way. So I got an anchor, and then the heart for obvious reasons, and kind of like a forever symbol. There's so many tattoo shops along the little island that I was on, and they said they had bamboo and machine tattoos. I was like, okay, this one healed so good. So this one, I won't need to do anything with it either, and I could still swim, and we were only halfway through our trip, and like my past girlfriend or whatever. So I, like, from far away, I'm laying down, and I was expecting bamboo, like the rod. And from far away, I seen like the stick, right? And I wasn't really thinking, wasn't paying attention. The guy started like poking my chest, and I was like, this hurts a lot more than my wrist tattoo. Maybe because like it's the placement like kind of above my pec. And then I realized it was like a metal rod. Yeah, that's their tattoo machine. Yeah, he's poking me with like a metal rod, and it hurt pretty bad, and it was bleeding so much, and they didn't cover me up. They didn't really clean me. So I went to a little corner store, and I got Ziploc baggies, and I cut squares, and then I got tape, and then I taped like a square around here, and I changed it out, and then I used the Vaseline that I used on here to put it on. It took a couple weeks to heal, kind of normal. But I didn't really think about it. Like, I didn't think it would hurt. But because it was kind of like getting a normal tattoo, I didn't think about my backpacking bag. So I'd have the backpack on, and then I'd always like have my hand here so that it wasn't resting on the tattoo. I learned to actually pay attention to what they're using and not just assume because you're in Thailand. Now getting into my hold on wrist tattoo. When I was a young girl, like, I was never allowed in my older sister's bedroom because she was a teenager and I was like 7 years old. But yeah, every time I'd like go in her room, she'd be like, get out of my room. But she had this poster of these 4 guys on her wall, and I just thought they looked so cool, and I was attracted to them, and I was like, I want to look like that, and they look awesome. I don't know who these guys are. This is the poster. So yeah, since I was like 7 years old, I had the biggest crush on Martin, the guy with the ball cap, and I think it's just because like I thought he was like the most attractive guy I've ever seen. So yeah, like my sister used to listen to Good Charlotte a lot. And then when I was like 10, I started listening to them, and I just loved them all throughout high school. No one else really listened to them. I think it's because like the whole punk scene, I guess, was mainly when my boyfriend and my sister were in high school, but not so much when I was in high school. But I still kind of kept that style and like music in my life. It's kind of like my dream to go to a Good Charlotte concert. And then ended up going with my second sister. You weren't allowed to get signatures in it. You're just supposed to get like a meet and greet photo. I ripped off a piece of paper off my ticket, and I brought in a Sharpie. And I went up to Benji and I was like, hey, I know I'm not allowed to ask you for this, but like, would you totally sign a hold on this piece of paper? And he was like, oh, hell yeah. So he did that, and a lot of people got really mad at me. Like at the Marilyn Manson concert, I just kind of broke the rules, and then when the security guy seen that, he'd come out and he'd be like, hey, so this person just did this. If anyone else does that, you're kicked out of the concert. But I'm not kicked out of the concert, so that's so cool. Hold on really helped me throughout my life, I guess. I mean, I didn't go through some of the things that they talk about in the song, but it did hit me pretty hard. Gets me in the feels a little bit. A lot of people think I have it on my wrist because like I'm suicidal, and nothing against that kind of mental health battle that people have. I definitely feel for those people, but it's not for that reason. It's Benji's signature. Here it is, close up. I originally wanted it on my belly or somewhere that I can't see it, and then my tattoo artist was like, why not on your wrist, so that when you're feeling down, like, it's easy to look at. It always reminds you to stay strong. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I can make a statement like that. Oh, crap! I got this wrist tattoo before this one, because I remember I was in Asia and I was holding the subway. The thing you hold on the subway. Okay, I was holding it, and then it was super funny, and it was like, hold on. So I'll put that picture in here too. It kind of goes with like all my past videos, the health issues that I've struggled with, especially like my wrists. My wrists would piss me off so much because like tendonitis and stuff, and they were just super weak. I couldn't even open doorknobs, squeeze like a lemon. So that was a challenge. Like, this just kind of reminds me to hold on and stay strong, and you're going to get somewhere, and your wrists are going to heal up, and your other health issues are going to heal up. My next tattoo is a sexy pinup Shrieky from Care Bears. My favorite girlfriend ever, Taylor. Shout out to Taylor Marie. She helped me pick the placement for it. I didn't really know where I wanted it. I thought under my butt cheek would be cooler and more appropriate for a pinup girl. As a kid, I loved Care Bears and Shrieky. I just loved her so much. And she wore my favorite colors, red and purple, and she was just kind of bitchy and a brat. Yeah, I mean, I was too as a kid. So I drew out this photo of like a pinup girl, and I drew that within the first 2 weeks of me dating my boyfriend. We were like hanging out on the couch, and he had a sketchbook, so I just started drawing, and I was like, you know what? I want to draw a tattoo for myself. Why not like a Care Bear tattoo? Why not Shrieky? You know what? Why not like a pinup Shrieky? So I did that, and I kept the photo in my closet for 4 years, and I finally got it. It faded a lot. I don't know what happened to it. The guy actually redrew it and made it a lot nicer. Made the face more kind of chubby and like cute but sexy looking. It faded so much now, like you can't even see the outline of anything. I don't know if it's like because it's old school or not. I forget I have it half the time. Out of all the Care Bears, I kind of figure out which Care Bear I wanted, and then I thought the orange Carhartt bear. No, that's the lion. The orange bear with the heart on it. I thought that would be the most complimentary color for her tattoo on her arm. Before I went on a Europe trip, it was originally going to be like 2 months. I went for a month and a half. I left Corey. I was supposed to go for 2 months by myself, and I kind of ended up missing Corey a lot after 3.5 weeks, so then I paid for him to come down and meet me in Amsterdam. For a week and a half, we made a romantic trip out of it. But before that happened, I felt really sad. And what was really cute is that Corey tattooed a heart in between his finger right here, and he tattooed a heart on mine. It lasted for the whole trip, but it ended up fading after a while. So you can't really see it. I didn't even want to take a picture of it. And when I came back from vacation, we ended up getting matching tattoos. We originally just wanted a heart just to like redo what he wanted to do, but for the cost of it, it was the same price to get something bigger. So we always do pinky promises all the time. Probably only broken a pinky promise maybe 3 times throughout us dating, so we break half a pinky promise every year. We have that. Here's a picture of both of us. And then I also got Wanderlust all on the back of my neck. Here's a picture. Just because of all of the traveling I've done and how I still really want to travel. Check out my travel Facebook if you want to. All the places I've ever been is on that. They all have specific albums for the countries and cities I've been in. So the next tattoo I'm talking about is my monkey and heart tattoo that I have on my love handle. For my mom's 50th birthday and my 20th birthday, she wanted to get her first tattoo, and we both love monkeys. They're our favorite animal. We ended up getting it 2 years after, so when I was 22 and she was 52. Sorry, Mom, I mean, you're 32. The designing process was a little different. I wouldn't say we walked out like overjoyed with what we got. We wanted kind of like not realistic, but more realistic baby gorillas with like a half heart, and we got the same matching tattoo. It came out kind of looking like Curious George. Nothing against Curious George. Here's a picture of it. I think my mom's just like happy that we have matching tattoos and she finally got her first tattoo. We might get it touched up a little bit. For now, it's something that reminds me of my mommy. I wanted to get a sleeve done. I wanted like a half sleeve. Continue this part from the skull up here. What I thought would be really cool is to get the mist that's on the book The Child Thief, the author Brom. He also did the artwork in the novel. It's been my favorite book since grade 10. I've read it twice. This is the book. And this is the mist that I'm talking about. So I wanted that tattooed on the lower half of my upper arm. I got the line work done. When I was trying to find like a different artist to finish the tattoo, no one would touch it. With it on my arm, I'd always like wear long sleeve shirts, or I wouldn't want to wear a t-shirt, or it was like I was kind of embarrassed going to work and having to wear my work t-shirt. Long story short, after I think a year and a bit, I finally contacted someone in Vancouver and I was like, hey, I'm moving down here and I'm really trying to find someone who can help me make this tattoo what I originally wanted it to be. He's like the best artist I've been to so far. I didn't even mention the skull up here, and he was like, I want to touch this up. I want to fix it, because even if I fix like what's down here, this is probably going to take away from it. And he actually made it really cool. He was like, what are your favorite colors? And I said red and purple. And he's like, why don't we do that then? He's like, I don't even know why the blue is there. And I was like, well, I just thought I should get something that's not my favorite color for some reason. I don't have pictures really of what the line work used to be for reasons. Got the mist done and a fairy right here from the same book. And then I also wanted like a baby mandrake from Harry Potter up here. This needs to be touched up still. We focused on the parts that draw attention the most. So like this is underneath here, so not really anyone sees unless I'm like, hey! And then this is usually covered up. So it's a lot better than it was. Like none of this was even there. It was more so kind of like this. So this part is going to look more like all this stuff. This is really funny. No disrespect to both artists. Like, everyone has different styles and stuff and different ways of doing things. This was the original woman that I had. My boyfriend would always make fun. He's like, Kobe. And it's like, okay, thanks for making fun. But yeah, I think it's funny. Like, I laugh about it. It's like, oh. But this is, he moved it down so you can kind of redo it. This will be covered up. As of right now, it's like a before and after. To talk about the issue I had with my tattoo on my side here, these are pictures of what went wrong. And I had to go to the hospital. My doctor was making fun of me. The same family doctor that has like helped me with my anxiety problem and other issues like that. He just like looked at me like I was so stupid. So he gave me antibiotics to fix this infection. But what happened is my tattoo care routine has changed since I've come to Vancouver. Like I learned a lot. But this here, they put like a non-stick gauze bandage, I guess, in like a square. They taped it. I was supposed to take it off like twice a day and clean with Spectra gel. I had that on, and the type of job I had at the time, I was loading furniture and I was sweating all day, and it was like a 12-hour day, and I was wearing like my uniform shirt, like the thick cotton shirts. I was wearing that, and my bandage was getting really sweaty, and the tape was coming off and it wasn't staying. So I just ripped it off, and then I kept working. Like I didn't have time to clean it. My shirt was getting stuck to the blood and it was drying, and every time I lift something my shirt would lift up and then rip the scab that it stuck to. So it would just keep re-bleeding, plus the sweat buildup, and then the infection just like happened the next day. 100% it was because of me working for 12 hours and having the t-shirt stuck on the fluids coming out of the tattoo, and me not cleaning it for a while and constantly re-ripping it. It just got so hot and it was like swollen and it hurt, and then green pus was coming out of it, and it just looked so damp all the time. I was like, hey, this is close to my like organs and stuff. Maybe that's like really bad. So let's go to the hospital. But that's the only problem I've had with a tattoo. But now everyone knows why I have what I have and what I have, because half the people don't even know I have tattoos. Have a good day, everyone, and we will talk to you later. Subscribe to my channel. So thanks for watching.